There we go. Good morning, everybody. I had the wrong... I should move that up a level. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, March 4th. It's 10 o'clock Mountain Time, 10:09 technically. We are here live on Facebook to talk to you about this little thing right here, Final Order Cutoff. So we do this show every Thursday. We type this. I type this post that you see behind you here up usually Wednesday night when I get home. So it might not have all of the latest and greatest things on there, but you know it's everything current as to what was available to me last night. Final Order Cutoff. That's what FOC stands for. It's something that we as a comic book store do every single week. Usually it's Sunday for DC product, Monday for everybody else. Marvel, Image, Dynamite, IDW, Boom, Dark Horse, all those other guys are on Monday. Final Order Cutoff is our last chance to take your orders for books that ship out usually about a month after cutoff. And so it's critical for you guys to let us know what you'd like to order so that we can make sure we have copies for you either in your hold slot or on the rack. And so that's what this show is all about. That's the entire purpose of this post behind me. This post behind me, as you saw, it's on our website. If you go to hallofjusticecomics.com and click on the blog that's kind of right there in the middle of the screen, the most recent FOC post is always going to be the one that is right there for you. So you don't have to watch this show. You don't have to look at the post on Facebook. This is available to you. All of this information is available to you every Wednesday night, because like I said, it's live on the website Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I come into the store, I share it, we do this live show, and then you guys go to town commenting. So thank you for those of you that do that and follow the guidelines. We very much appreciate it. It helps us to figure out what we need to order, how many copies we need to order, and just kind of gets a pulse as to the interest of titles that other people might not really be aware of. So that's what the whole point of this thing is. That's what the whole point of this show is. We do the show live. We go over this stuff with you on air. We record this show and then we post it to YouTube a little later, so that even if you're not on social media, because that's one of the biggest complaints that we got when we ask people that come into the store, how would you like me to get the information to you? I'm not on social media. What about YouTube? Are you on YouTube? That's not really social media. It's just videos. So we started this process where we do the show, we record the show, and then post it to YouTube so that you have access to it there. YouTube.com/C/Hall of Justice Comics Collectibles is the link to our YouTube channel. Go there, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell so that you get notifications when new content like this video is posted for you. And you have all weekend. You have technically all day today, which is Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday. That's 3 days. You have all day Sunday for everybody that's not DC, but DC orders have to be in Sunday by 11 a.m. our time so that I can sit down and actually do the order. So that's what's up there in the fine print. Everything that we're going to talk about here, orders for DC books on this list are due Sunday, March 7th by 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and most of these books are in store March 31st. Everybody else that we're going to talk about today is due Monday, March 8th, also by 11 a.m., and most books are in store on March 31st. The way that we do this, we would like the information right there. If you'd like to subscribe to a title, which makes sure that you get all of the subsequent issues in that series, please comment sub and the title. If you're not a fan of commitment, if you don't want to sign up for a 4-issue miniseries or an ongoing thing, if you just want to pull a cover because you like the cover artist or have a spec you hunch about something, then you can just comment pull with the title of the book, the cover that you'd like to order, and the quantity that you'd like to order. So the sky's the limit. If you order quantities at FOC, knock on wood, as long as everything shows up from Diamond, that we don't have a box that disappears or things don't come in damaged, that will all be waiting for you here at the store on release date in your hold slot or in the special order box. So sky's the limit. If you really want some super cool incentive variant, reach out to us. If we're not ordering 25 copies of something, we have a program to get you the book that you would like to order. So sub gets the title on your hold slot so that you get all of the subsequent issues of the book. Pull means that we're just going to order that one copy or dozen copies for you, but we're not going to order anything after that, okay? And the last little note that we have there, the covers that are in bold on this write-up were not available. We didn't have images available at the time that we wrote this up. So that's the spiel. That's the breakdown. Let's dive right in. From Dark Horse this week, we've got Dragon Age Dark Fortress #1, the start of a new 3-issue miniseries. It is the next chapter in the world of BioWare's award-winning dark fantasy RPG starts right here. Deep within enemy territory, the warrior legend Fenris and the fearless team of Inquisition agents prepare to assault a fortress said to be unbreakable in a bid to prevent the unthinkable from being unleashed. The main cover that you see on your screen right there is by Sachin Tang. It is $3.99 for Dragon Age Dark Fortress #1, 3-issue miniseries. It's the sequel to there was a blue something that came out last year. I don't remember, but this is the sequel to that book. So if you were on the last Dragon Age, we'll make sure that you are subscribed to the new Dragon Age. Okay, this is pretty cool. There's been a lot of Hellboy stuff coming up lately. We got the Hellboy Quarantine Sketchbook in today, or technically yesterday, for new comic release. If you're not following Mike Mignola on social media, the entire time that everybody's been shut down, he was doing quarantine sketches that he was auctioning off on eBay for Chef Jose Andreas's World Kitchen. And so the book that came out yesterday is a collection of all of those sketches. It's super cool.
Don't leave it in the window.
Don't leave it in the window because Randy's warped a little. Did your press work?
Yeah.
Good. They also just announced a couple of days ago that there's a Kickstarter for a film that they're going to do based on Mike Mignola drawing monsters, so that's pretty cool. This is on FOC on Monday from Dark Horse and in stores on June 2nd. We got a ways out for this one, kids. We have Hellboy Universe Secret Histories hardcover. And this is pretty cool because this collects a lot of the ancillary miniseries that Mike has done for characters that surround the Hellboy universe. So this hardcover right here is 432 pages. It's $39.99, but it collects the Rasputin Voice of the Dragon miniseries, the Sledgehammer 44 miniseries, the Visitor How and Why He Stayed miniseries. So all of that stuff is in this beautiful hardcover with a brand new cover done by the master, Mr. Mike Mignola. So the Hellboy Universe Secret Histories hardcover, available June 2nd, but on FOC on Monday. So check that out. Okay, if you guys are video game players, I don't know if that made sense, but from DC this week, they just announced this, I think it was last Friday, so they're kind of rushing the solicitation on this. This is Batman, and it's ironic because it comes out on 4/20. We have Batman Fortnite 0 Point issue #1. It's a 6-issue miniseries that's going to come out bi-monthly, so they're going to cram 6 issues into 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, I don't know. Anyway, a crack splits in the sky above Gotham City, a tear in reality itself. This rift pulls the Dark Knight into a bizarre and unfamiliar world with no memory of who he is or where he came from. Batman has been drawn into Fortnite, the video game. As he fights to recall his past and escape an endless loop of chaos and struggle, he'll come face to face with the likes of Renegade Raider, Fish Stick, Bandolier, and more. While the world's greatest detective strives to make sense of this strange new world, he'll uncover the shocking truth about the island, what lies beyond the loop, and how everything is connected to the mysterious 0 Point. Batman Fortnite 0 Point uncovers secrets never before revealed in-game or anywhere else. Every fan of Batman and Fortnite, stunning art, and edge-of-your-seat excitement won't want to miss the caped crusader facing off against Fortnite champions on the island in a desperate attempt to save not only himself, but other familiar faces from the DCU and perhaps the multiverse itself. Each print issue, this is pretty cool if you're a fan of the game, of Batman Fortnite 0 Point will include a redeemable code for bonus DC-themed Fortnite digital items inspired by the events in the comic, starting with the new Rebirth Harley Quinn outfit. So, if you play the game, if you're a fan of Batman, you can buy these comics to redeem digital things in-game, which is super cool. There are 3 covers available for issue #1. Cover A on the far left is by Mikkel Janin. It is $4.99. Cover B right here beside me is the cardstock variant by Kenneth Roquefort, and it is $5.99. And last but certainly not least, they are doing a premium variant by a guy with a name that's Donald Mustard. I don't know if he's a character developer from the Fortnite game, but that cover there on the very far left is going to be $15. So we would very much appreciate if you want that cover, let us know as soon as possible. So A by Mikkel Janin, B by Kenneth Roquefort, that's a cardstock cover, and then the premium cover over there for $15 by Donald Mustard, brother to Edward Ketchup. That was a dumb joke, I apologize. From Image this week comes Shadecraft number 1. Zadie Lou is afraid of her own shadow. She's a teenager, so she really should have grown out of it by now, right? But something weird is happening in her small town. Zadie could swear the shadows are coming to life, like they're watching her, trying to kill her. But how do you fight something that you can't even touch? And how does all of this tie into her family, of all things? Drama. From the creative team that brought you the Eisner-nominated Skyward series from Image, writer Joe Henderson, who is also the showrunner for Netflix's Lucifer, and artist Lee Garbett, that has done Captain Marvel, join Zadie Lou as she ventures into the shadows to face her fears and discovers a legacy that she never knew she had. Cover A on the far left over there is by Lee Garbett. Cover B right here beside me is by the inevitable Jock. And there's also a blank that's white, the opposite color of shadows. So that's pretty cool. Shadecraft number 1 from the fine folks at Image on FOC on Monday. Okay, here we go. Man-Thing is celebrating his 5th anniversary being a superhero, being the burning touch, the curse of the giant-sized Man-Thing. And Marvel, to celebrate his 50th anniversary, is doing a series of one-shots that are technically a 3-issue miniseries. Okay, so think about that for a second. So 3-issue miniseries, but they're all number 1s because there's Avengers Man-Thing, Spider-Man Man-Thing, and I don't know what the last one is. But so this is the first. This is what's starting it all off. If you're a Man-Thing fan, Steve Muntean, he doesn't watch our videos, but that's funny. This is definitely up your alley. Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing number 1, just a one-shot. Burn at the Touch of the Heir. Critically acclaimed writer Steve Orlando, who's predominantly a DC writer, is making his Marvel debut with a blockbuster celebration of Man-Thing's 50th anniversary. For decades, the Man-Thing has haunted the Florida Everglades. Now, a new enemy has hijacked his body on a quest to take his incendiary abilities global. We take to fear as gargantuan monoliths menace cities worldwide, with only the Avengers standing between the population of Earth and a planet-wide inferno. Can they save Man-Thing in time to douse the fires? And does the man inside the thing, Ted Solis, even want to be saved? Introducing a sensational new villain, key issue alert, wow, 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 the Heir, part 1 of 3. The main cover on the far left is fantastic and is by Daniel Acuna. There is a Stormbreakers variant by Joshua Cassara, but because it is in bold up there, we didn't have the image at the time we wrote this up last night. And then, expanding beyond his talent for Spider-Man, we have the Webhead variant by Patrick Gleason in his typical kind of... It's not his style. He's been drawing comics forever, but his cover to ASM 55 absolutely blew up. Third print comes out next week. There you go. If you dig that style, which they're deeming the Webhead variant, you've got a Pat Gleason Webhead variant for Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing. And last but certainly not least, we have the Chris Sprouse variant right there on the far left, with Man-Thing almost doing his best impression of Bigfoot from the famous video. All 3 of those covers, technically 4 if you count the Stormbreaker one, are $4.99. And again, it's the start of a 3-issue story that starts with this one shot. It's going to be next in Spider-Man Man-Thing, and there's a third one, but I don't remember who it is. So next for Marvel, spinning out of King in Black, everybody's favorite other wielder of Mjolnir, Stormbreaker, I guess you should. Beta Ray Bill number 1 of 5 is on Final Order Cutoff this week. The right-hand man to the God of Thunder, and now a warrior without his best weapon, Beta Ray Bill is tired of playing second fiddle to Thor, and with Bill's famous hammer Stormbreaker recently destroyed at the new Allfather's hands, tensions are higher than ever. The Corbinite must strike out in search of a new weapon and a new destiny, assuming he can first defeat a nullified Fin Fang Foom right there on the main cover. This is written and drawn by Mr. Daniel Warren Johnson, who has done Extremity and Murder Falcon at Image and did Wonder Woman Dead Earth at DC, with colorist Mike Spicer, who are taking Beta Ray Bill on a journey beyond the shadow of a god. Plus, this oversized first issue contains an exclusive conversation between Daniel Warren Johnson and Beta Ray Bill's creator, the legendary Walt Simonson. Okay, the only cover that we have for this is the main cover by Daniel Warren Johnson over there on the far left. There are also variants. There's a Stormbreaker variant by Iban Coelho. There is a variant by Chase Conley, a Todd Knock headshot variant, and a Ryan Stegman variant, none of which had images when I wrote this up last night. Issue number 1 of 5, $4.99. That is going to be an absolute gas of a ride. If you haven't read any of Daniel Warren Johnson's stuff, please check out Extremity. Please check out Murder Falcon. You will cry your face off. I read that on an airplane on the way to San Diego Comic-Con one year and was in tears. He is a fantastic creator, and I'm pumped to read Beta Ray Bill. Next from Marvel, we've got Black Cat number 4, the Queen Cat. This is the first issue post King in Black tie-ins. There's another cat on the scene, and she doesn't play nice. Lily Hollister's life has taken some turns, from socialite daughter of the district attorney to fiancé of Harry Osborn to goblinized menace. The last turn to imitation hero, called Queen Cat, seems to have stuck. But now that Queen Cat has set her sights on the Black Cat, does Felicia stand a chance? Or will this misguided attempt screw up all of Felicia and Black Fox's plans? Cover A on the far left is by Pepe Larraz. The Women's History Month variant, this wasn't available when we posted these earlier last month, is by Jen Bartel, and it's pretty striking. There is also a variant by Natasha Bustos, but we didn't have the image when we typed this up last night. So, Black Cat number 4. Tying into King in Black this week comes King in Black Ghost Rider number 1, just a one-shot. The war for Hell's Throne meets the King in Black. All Ghost Rider wants is to destroy Mephisto. That's all anybody wants, really. Round up an army of escaped demons and secure his seat on the throne of Hell. Is that so much to ask? I don't think so. But now a dark god from space has shown up to throw the world into chaos, and some of Johnny's old friends have come to ask for his help. It may take everything they've got to stop this madness, maybe even the devil himself. Cover A on the far left is by Will Sliney. Cover B right here is also a Women's History Month variant by Jen Bartel. And then cover C right there on your screen on the far left is by Gerald Perel. King in Black Ghost Rider number 1, just a one-shot, $4.99, and on FOC on Monday. Okay. Next from Marvel comes Silk number 1 of 5. By day, Cindy Moon is an intrepid reporter for the upstart new media empire Threats and Menaces under her old boss J. Jonah Jameson. Get me pictures of Spider-Man, damn it! By night, she's Silk, crime-fighting superhero, but those worlds are about to collide as an investigation into a series of gangland murders puts Silk and everyone she loves in danger. Who is this powerful new player in New York's underworld? Where did she come from? And what is she doing with that strange cat demon? So it sounds like we have a first appearance in Silk number 1. It will take all of Cindy's prowess as a reporter and hero to find the answers and stay alive. Written by Maureen Gu from I Believe in a Thing Called Love. I'm sure that's not the what is this? What the band that's kind of like they're a 2000s band, but oh crap, I can't think of their name. But it's a great song. And drawn by Takeshi Miyazawa from Runaways and Ghost Spider. Cindy is on assignment and nothing can stop her. Cover A on the far left is by somebody with the name of Stonehouse. That's a pretty dope name. Cover B right here is the Women's History Month variant by Jen Bartel. Cover C, though, on the far left over there, I really dig that one, but I gotta scroll up to remember who it's by Ji-Hyung Lee, which is fantastic. And then cover D is by a newcomer, Na Young Woo, channeling her. I'm assuming it's a her inner Peach Momoko. So 4 covers. There's a 5th cover that we don't have an image for, and that, if you scroll back up here to the top, is in bold up there by Mr. Scotty Young. So Silk number 1 of 5 with 5 open to order covers for issue number 1. Okay. Finally, from Marvel this week comes X-Men number 19. The only information that I have for this solicit is called Escape from the Vault. That's it. That's all Hickman gives me. Hopefully that's enough for you to work with. There are 2 covers available for X-Men 19. One of them is the main cover on the far left there by Lionel Francis Yu. The other, Yamahama, I'm letting the steam out of my shirt here. That is the Women's History Month variant by Jen Bartel with Ms. Emma Frost on the cover in a very, that's a freaking awesome little dress there. So X-Men number 19, there you go. From Boom Studios this week, we have a new one-shot, Power Rangers Unlimited Heir to Darkness number 1. Astronema is one of the most popular Power Rangers villains ever, and her true origin is revealed for the first time in a one-shot directly connected to the events of both Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers. Before she became a Power Ranger, a young girl named Karen, maybe that's Karen spelt differently, Carone, was kidnapped by bounty hunters and brainwashed into the assassin known as Astronema by 2 of the greatest threats in the galaxy, Dark Spectre and Ecliptor. Those sound very, very similar. But what is Dark Spectre's true plan, and what does it mean for the new Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers teams? $7.99. This is kind of like an annual. So if you are subscribed to either Mighty Morphin or Power Rangers, we will pull a copy of this for you. 2 covers are available. The main cover on the far left is by Mr. Dan Mora, and the B cover right here is by Jung Gan Yoon. So, Power Rangers Unlimited Heir to Darkness number 1. That's just a one-shot. Okay? From Vault this week, we have a brand new series called Witchblood number 1. I forgot to mute the phone in the back here. I don't know if that's going to help, but a modern Wild West road trip about a witch named Yana cursing the Southwest as a band of bloodthirsty biker vampires, the Hounds of Love, hunt her scattered coven for the source of all magic. Witchblood, hence the title. From the critically acclaimed creators of the Modern Witch Tarot deck and Long Lost comes Witchblood, a blend of action, lore, and Americana, perfect for fans of Buffy and American Gods. The main cover on the far left is by Lisa Sturl, who is the interior artist on the book. The B cover right here is also by Lisa Sturl, who is also the interior artist of the book. And the C cover, channeling their classic homage, or homage as Mr. Chris Bennis would say, that is a Swipe of Dazzler number 1 by Tim Daniel and Nathan Gooden. So Witchblood number 1 from Vault Comics. I have an advanced PDF of this on my desk at home that I need to read because it looks fun. I like the colors. I like the covers about a witch running away from a group of vampires that are trying to gather witch blood. That sounds fun through the American Southwest. So there you go. Okay, kids, that's all the new Spotlight stuff going on this week. Now we have our subsequent print speculation section. SPSS, as I like to abbreviate it. There's literally only 2 things this week as far as the write-up last night was concerned. We might have some more stuff that makes its way onto this list by today and possibly tomorrow. But you know, the key thing to remember with subsequent prints is that they are always smaller print runs than the original issues. And so as a result of that, sometimes they start to sell for more on the secondary market. So, for example, if you are all in on Star Wars High Republic, well, here you go. Number 2 is getting a 3rd print that's on FOC on Monday. And number 3 that just came out yesterday is already getting a 2nd print that is also on FOC Monday. So High Republic number 2, 3rd print, and number 3, 2nd print. No covers for either of them, which is why they're up there in bold. Okay, that brings us to who does number 2 work for? It's you. You are the answer of that question. This is a little segment that we spotlight issue number 2s that are on FOC. You might have picked up number 1 either this week or last week or 3 weeks ago off of the rack. If you read it and you enjoyed it, let us know if you'd like to order number 2. Otherwise, we're probably going to cut our numbers, and we might not have enough copies by the time you wander in after this book comes out. So, for Aftershock, we have Nuclear Family number 2. This is a book that we sold out of last week when it came out. I have no more copies. However, I have some more first prints that are going to be here, I believe, next week. So if you missed out on this, let us know. Number 2 is on FOC on Monday. When the big one dropped on their houses in 1957, the Cold War turned hot for the McLean family, forced to contend with the literal fallout in a Wisconsin. That's, I don't know. I didn't write that. I just copied that text from the Diamond Solicit. I would assume that's in Wisconsin, suffering from nuclear winter, where almost all civilization has been wiped from the map. The McLeans now have to wonder, is the year still 1957, or has something more shocking happened? Nuclear Family, number 2, written by Stephanie Phillips, with art by Tony Chastain. From IDW, how do you like that A cover there, kids? Coming soon, Marvel Action Origins number 2 of 5. I want to say this came out like 3 weeks ago. An all-ages, kid-friendly origin story from the world of Marvel, published by IDW. Share the most important moments in Marvel history with young readers 2 at a time. So it's an anthology book that features 2 characters. In this issue, Captain Marvel finds that she's half Kree and awakens superpowers. Then, Green Goblin's nefarious plans require him to experiment on himself. Cover A and B are both by Lana Sovani. I'm assuming, since it's a 2-part story, the cover A on the far left is going to be featuring Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, and because cover B is clearly Green Goblin. That's just my uneducated guess. We'll see, but I'll show you how we can check that over the weekend. Okay, Marvel Action Origins number 2 of 5. From Image this week, man, this is a book that we got shorted our A covers and our blank covers on. That was part of the kerfuffle. That's what I'm going to use to describe last week, a kerfuffle, because I don't think shit show is appropriate. But anyhow, Two Moons number 2 is on FOC this week. We do have copies of cover B, so if you'd like to read this, let us know. We can set that aside for you. The Iron Noose Part 2. Facing a court-martial and execution at the hands of the Union Army, Virgil must depend on the enemy to save his life. Cover A on the far left is by interior artist Valerio John Giordano. Cover B right here by me is by Mowgli and Sagala. Those are 2 last names. It's not Mowgli from the Jungle Book, because that's dumb. But two covers, cover A, cover B, for Two Moons, issue number 2. For Marvel, and number 2 this week, we have X-Men Legends number 2. The Secret of Adam X revealed at last. Remember, X-Men Legends is a throwback to 1990s X-Men. So you've got Blue Team, you've got Gold Team. It's written by David Michelini. It's got art by Brett Booth. The main cover on the far left is by Booth. The action figure variant right here by me is by John Tyler Christopher. And the connecting cover variant right there is by Iban Coelho. The Summer Brothers and the Starjammers versus Eric the Red and the Shi'ar, with the fate of the galaxy at stake, as the full truth behind Adam X's lineage is revealed in a story nearly 30 years in the making. Okay, so there you go, X-Men Legends number 2. And that's it, kids. It's a short FOC week this week. Yay, that's exciting, because March 31st is probably the 5th week of the month, I would assume. But following all of that stuff is our entire list of all of the titles that are on FOC from all of the publishers this week. So you can see the first chunk that you have there is DC. DC doesn't have any images or item codes attached to it, but you can go to lunardistribution.com. I think you can go to their website. They do have a consumer-facing website that allows you to search for excuse me, all of these things and see images and all that sort of stuff. So that the first chunk of the list is all of the product that is DC distributed by Lunar. That Tiny Titans Pet Club at the bottom, I almost featured in the write-up, but it's a collection of Tiny Titans issues that deal specifically with the super pets. So that's kind of fun, especially if you have all-age readers in your house, which everybody does. Randy, you're an all-age reader. I'm an all-age reader. That just means you can read, I think. Stupid. After you get through the DC list, here is everything else broken down by publisher. You will see that everything on the very far left has an item code that starts with a month, followed by a year and a bunch of numbers. The way that you can use this list to your advantage, I'm going to show you right here, okay? So let's take a look at, for example, from IDW, we're going to see if we have the cover for Marvel Action Origins cover A, okay? So you go over here to this list. You go to IDW Publishing right there. Marvel Action Origins number 2. Cover A is the cover that we were missing when I typed this up last night. Let me first get my screen minimized there. Highlight that item code. You can copy or you can just search. We're going to copy because that's what most people do. We're going to open a new web browser. In that web browser, right there in the search bar, we're going to paste, excuse me, we're going to paste that item code, press return. The very first item that comes up on the screen is the previewsworld.com listing for Marvel Action Origins number 2 cover A. We click that link and cross our fingers, take a deep breath. I thought I clicked it. Maybe I didn't. Let's try that one more time. But this is the Previews World website that lists all of it's basically the consumer-facing diamond site that has all of the same information that I just gave you via dialogue. It's got the solicit info, it's got the writer and the artist, it's got the suggested retail price, and normally it would have an image there, but sadly we have the image coming soon black box. Let's try something else. Let's see if we can find something else that we didn't talk about. How about one of the Beta Ray Bill variants? Let's take a look at the Beta Ray Bill Ryan Stegman variant. So it's got a January of 21 item code. We're going to copy that. Again, we're going to go to a web browser. We're going to paste that in the web browser. I apologize for Randy's loud taping going on in the background. Just kidding. I love you, Randy. Yes, make it louder. We put that in there. We click on the link. Again, I don't think I can use them. Oh, dang it. Image coming soon. So we're 0 for 2 right now today. But again, use this list to your advantage. Take some time to go through it. Look at the list over the weekend. Put your list together. Check it twice. Figure out if you're naughty or nice. And then send us your list. You can comment on this video. You can comment on the post that we have on Facebook right now. You can message the store. I mean, we really would appreciate it if you would comment on the post that's on Facebook, because then everything is in one location, so that when Chris and I go to order everything for people Sunday and Monday, we don't have to search all of the places in the dark web to get your orders in. So the easier you can make it for us, the easier it is going to be to get the comics to you. So if you can, either comment on this video or comment on the post that we made on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can drop us a comment on YouTube. That's totally fine. And as a last case scenario, send us a message via Facebook or an email. But again, we prefer that you guys comment on that post so that we don't have to go through and hunt down all of the different comments from all of the different areas of the web. So, but that's it, kids. That brings us to the end of our little conversation this morning. There again, you've got all the Marvel stuff, and then they just kind of lump everybody else into the comics and graphic novels listing there, but you've got a bunch of options there. If you have questions about any of it, ask us. Reach out, let us know. We'd be happy to answer anything. We try to be as transparent as we can when it comes to how the comic book ordering process works. So if you're ever curious as to why ENIAC #1, you can't ask for a copy because it came out yesterday, I have a whole story about that and Bad Idea and what happened with those books. But that's a story for another time, kids. All right, so that wraps the show. Like I said, get your orders in Sunday for DC, Monday for everybody else. Have a great weekend. Come pick up your comics, and make sure you tune in tonight. We will be live from 5 to 7 right here, same bat time, same bat channel, with our Thursday evening stream sale. Randy's back. Yay! Not that Chris did a bad job. Chris did a great job, but Randy's back. Yay! So we'll see you tonight. Be safe. Have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.